Hey fellow YouTubers, this is N0AGI. I'm here to do a short video about my just renewed hobby electronics workstation here. A lot of this stuff has been very lightly used, and I've been collecting these for many years. In fact, I just acquired something I'm really excited about. The 5245L electronic counter, and this is a Nixie Tube counter, vintage specification style, mil-spec counter. I got this on eBay. This arrived actually this afternoon, and I thought I'd do a quick video and show a quick demo of it. So just a quick rundown. This is my LaCroix DDA 125. It's a disk drive analyzer, specifically designed for hard disks, disk analysis, and things of that nature. But at the guts of it, this is an oscilloscope, and this got some tons of bells and whistles. Super exciting scope. It's a 4-channel. Let me give you a close-up look. Folks who are in the oscilloscope hobby and whatnot, who use scopes, they know about this, and they can tell really quickly about the scope. But anyways, so this is a DDA 125. It's a 4-channel scope, and this one here below, it's a HP 8116A pulse and function generator. It can go up to 50 megahertz. And it's got tons of features in them. I use this quite a bit in my hobby projects and things of that nature. I use this as my primary source of function generation. I do have two other 2 megahertz. Actually, this is made by LG, and the model number is, let's see, FG8002. And this is Victor VC2002. This is a much older generator. This is much newer, but I don't use this at all unless my project is really just going to leverage 2 megahertz. I just use that rather than turning this one on. But anyway, so that's the scope, the function generator, and of course I got this this power supply from an eBay seller many years ago. I still use it. It works really well. And over here is my IU or OU. I'm sure I'm butchering that name, but IU, OU. I got this from a Chinese eBay seller. I think I paid $90. It's got an SMD, heat gun, and a soldering gun, etc. So it works really well. I've had this for close to 12 years now, I think approximately there, or for 14 years actually, and it's been working fantastic. All right, so what I'd like to show is, in particular, this one here. This is another HP 5334B. It's a universal counter. It is also a universal counter, a counter rather, just like this vintage one, but this is far more modern and 95, 97-ish kind of a range. And this is more like whatever, 70s. I think the last time this was labeled was, let's see, 79. I think that's a Feb 27th, 1979. And I'll try to keep this label as is as much as I can, but this is actually came out of an eBay seller who actually pulled it out of U.S. Air Force allotment. So this is mil-spec, works really well, and weighs about 35, maybe 40 pounds. And so anyways, so what I've done is, and by the way, this one here is a signal generator. It can generate from 1 hertz up to, or rather 1.1 kilohertz up to 990 megahertz. So this can do a lot of cool things. It can modulate It can create a carrier. You can punch in the frequency, and then it can do a lot of cool things. And I just got this actually this afternoon, so I need to build a cable that takes it from N connector to one of these to my scope and to my counter. So I'll do that maybe later in my next video. So I'll keep this for a later day, but I want to demonstrate this one here. This is a really cool looking vintage counter with the Nixie tube. So let me start that. What I've done here is I've taken the source from my function generator 8116A to my scope, and we can see a visual of that. And then the source also is fed into the 5245L, the Nixie Tube counter, and from there it's split into to channel B into this modern or comparably much more modern counter than this one here. So just to compare contrast how accurate this machine is compared to the modern technology and whatnot. So let's do that. So I'm gonna first switch on my scope here and let's get that going. Okay, I got the scope running here. I'm not gonna go deep into the scope aspect of it for now. I have it. I have the source plugged into my channel number 4, and there's no signal coming out of it. So let me turn on the function generator. Okay, right now let's go to 316. Let's go down to 1 kilohertz. Okay. And it's currently disabled, so there's no signal going out yet, but let me enable that, and you can see the scope. So let me do a quick adjustment here. All right, and let's set the trigger level somewhere there, just so we can see it visually, right? We're not trying to go deeper into the scope in this particular video, at least. So now this guy is feeding 1 kilohertz signal to the scope, and the scope is measuring it in auto format. So let's let that go. And now I'm going to turn on the 5245L counter, and so there's the on-off switch here. Really cool. So let me turn that on and check that out. Those Nixie tubes are awesome. So I'm going to set this to. Okay, now check out, it's measuring, it's counting up. There's a really cool setting in this counter in the back where you can turn off the real-time count up and then switch it to storage mode. So what that does is it basically does the counting internally and doesn't do visual counting like it's doing right now. But I really like this one. It counts up and it shows you the count up. I really enjoy watching that. So anyways, so that's that. So it's measuring 1.010 kilohertz, right? And let me pull up my 5334B. Let me turn that on. It goes through a quick check, self-test, and let's go into over here. I want to switch it on to B because my source is going to my B channel. So let me turn on the B channel, and it's measuring 1.016. All right, and this is what measuring 1.010. All right. So let that run, and in fact, if I change the sample rate, it might be close enough, I guess, but anyway, so you can see how accurate this is when it comes to measuring. So I'm going to go to my function generator, change that to 2 kilohertz. Now let's go walk up to here. Now it is counted up to 2 kilohertz. All right, it's counting up to 2 kilohertz, 2.008. Check that out, 2.008. All right, and it's really close and very accurate when it comes to measuring. I'm super impressed with how well this device is made for its age. and the way it's working, I'm very excited about this. Now, one thing I would like to call out is this gate light that comes up. These are, I believe, neon lamps, if I'm not mistaken. And when the gate opens, the light lights up, and then when the gate opens, it starts counting, right? So think of it as a gate open close. All right, so same thing here. Gate opens and measures. Okay. Now you could increase the various settings here and then get it to even closer to real time, but that's not the intent of this video. I just wanted to quickly show you how this thing works, and just to give you a quick idea. All right, so let me change this to, let's see, 3 kilohertz. All right, let's go up to here and let's see if it measures 3. There it is. 3.011, 3.010. So they are exactly the same over there, approximately, right? So this has a faster counter setting, and this has a little bit slower counter setting. So obviously the rate at which this is taking the samples to measure is a little bit slower compared to this, but if you can actually tweak it so that they are exactly right on the same interval of pulling the sample rate. All right, anyways, I just thought I'd do a quick video, guys. Nothing project oriented, but I was just excited about this new unit or product or item that's an add-on to my electronics workshop or workbench. Thought I'd show you guys. All right, with that, thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon.